Hello, today we will be creating our own formula for the area of regular polygons starting from the basics. First, let's look at squares and rectangles, as they are foundational. We all know the area of a rectangle is its length times its width, and likewise for a square, as area is defined this way. But let's take a look at triangles. If we look at a triangle, how would we get its area? Some have no perpendicular sides. Let's take a look at this particular case with this triangle. As you can see, it has a right angle and edges 4 and 5 units long, but if we multiply them, it would give us the area of a rectangle clearly bigger than our triangle. But if we keep this rectangle here, you'll probably notice that the new section is the same as the original section, just rotated, meaning two of our triangles have the same area and fit perfectly in this rectangle. And as we already know the width and height of this rectangle, we can get its area, which is 4 times 5, or 20, and half it to get the area of this triangle, which is 10 units squared. Now we can look at the more random triangle like the one from earlier. It has no right angles in it, but what if we just make one? If we draw a line straight down from the top point until it intersects the base, we now have two right angle triangles. But if we take their areas, d1 times the height over 2 from the first triangle, plus d2 times the height over 2 for the second triangle, since d1 plus d2 sum to make the base of our first triangle, we get that the area of the original triangle is half the base times the height, a formula for the area of any triangle. So now let's look at this hexagon. Its side length is 3 centimeters, but that feels almost useless since what are we even supposed to multiply together to get the area? But what if I told you this was just a bunch of triangles? Let's draw a couple of lines and see what happens. Notice we've split the hexagon into 6 identical triangles, and we can use what we learned earlier to find the area of one of these triangles. Since it is a hexagon, these triangles are equilateral, meaning all of their sides are the same 3 centimeters long. But we need this measurement, the height, to figure out the area. Thankfully, the Pythagorean theorem exists, which states for a right-angled triangle, the length of its hypotenuse squared is equal to the squares of the remaining two sides, added together. We can use this to figure out the height of the triangle. Looking at this triangle, we can see it is right-angled, and we want to find one of its sides, so we can use Pythagoras. So 3 squared, which is 9, is equal to 1.5 squared, which is 2.25, plus its height squared. We can solve for the height to get square root 6.75 centimeters is equal to its height. So now that we know the height, we can multiply it by the 3 centimeter base and then half it to get the area of one of our triangles, which is equal to 1.5 times the square root of 6.75. And then we can multiply it by 6 to get the area of the whole hexagon, which is 9 times the square root of 6.75 centimeters squared. Alright, that may have worked, but only because hexagons subdivide into equilateral triangles. Now let's try for a random polygon with number of sides s and side length l. If we look at the center of the shape after it is subdivided into s isosceles triangles, we can figure out an angle in our triangle. Since a point has 360 degrees, or 2 pi radians, and it is being split between s identical triangles, we can say that this angle within one of our triangles is going to be 2 pi over s. Now that we have our triangle, we can cut it in half to figure out the height. If we look at this right-angled triangle, we will see it has an angle of 2 pi over 2s, or pi over s, and opposite to it, there is a length of l over 2. We can use trigonometry to figure out that the height is l over 2 tan pi over s. Then we multiply this height by the length over 2 to get the area of one of our triangles, which is l squared over 4 tan pi over s. Finally, we multiply by the amount of triangles in that shape, which makes our polygon's area equal to sl squared over 4 tan pi over s, which we can simplify to sl squared cot pi over s all divided by 4, since 1 over tan is cot. Now, if we know the number of sides and the length of one side, we can get the area of any regular polygon. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. In part 2 coming out soon, I will go over an approximation for this formula and its derivation. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.